the bus came up cheap. It was only £4 grand.
£4 grand?
Yeah, so I bought the bus and
£4 grand for this?
And it's cheaper to run than most camper vans.
Could you go back to a house, or is this long term?
No, this is my permanent now, and then obviously when the kids have grown up and moved out, we'll go smaller.
Well, minibus.
Yeah.
No, if I'd have had any sense whatsoever, I'd have had a van.
Yeah.
Because we've got the dogs, and you've also got my mum and Yanni coming. It's very, very hot, and it's very, very hot out there. So.
Hi, Brownie.
Hiya.
Well, we're currently sat in a coach that has been beautifully decorated and is now turned into an amazing home.
Thank you.
What's the background story here?
We were thinking of getting a van just to do weekends away with the kids, because obviously it's cheaper than paying for a hotel. And he came home from work one day and said, we're going to look at a coach. We went and looked at it, decided to buy it. So when we got it, it was a 55-seater coach. It took 3 days to strip all the seats out of it. And then from there, we've obviously turned it into what you're seeing now. We moved in after 6 weeks of owning the bus. With just the basics, a toilet, a sink and the beds.
Wow.
And then we've built it up from there as we've lived in it.
Fantastic. It is such a cosy, inviting space now. You've done some great decoration.
Thank you.
Especially with the family as well, because that's another important element of this, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because obviously kids like to collect things. So they've all got their own little shelf that they can put your bits on, haven't you?
Nice.
And then toy storage, because they're still at the age where they play with toys, so that's all under the bed, hidden away, but you've still got room to play. And you turn any lay-by into your garden. It's the way to do it.
And has this been like in your DNA, this kind of lifestyle?
I actually temporarily lived in a caravan on the driveway of my mum and dad's house because me and my sister hated each other and shared a bedroom, so we took it in turns to live in the caravan on the driveway. So it's always sort of been something I've done, and when we were younger my mum couldn't afford holidays abroad, so we went on caravan holidays, and it's no different to a caravan really, apart from this has got everything, including a washing machine.
It's proper.
It's on the 5th of July.
It's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was kind of your apprenticeship for this nomadic lifestyle?
Yeah.
And how do you find parking a big coach like this?
Not as hard as people think. If the lay-by is big enough, we park in it. And if not, we move and find another one that is big enough.
Yeah.
Industrial estates as well on weekends are quite good, because there's not many lorries down there. But what we say is if you see a row of lorries, you'll probably usually see yours in between them or on the end somewhere, because if they fit, we fit.
Yeah. And do you live a relatively normal life with jobs and things?
Yeah, we've both got full-time jobs. The kids have got mainstream school.
Oh, excellent.
And then we just disappear on weekends, and then school holidays. Yeah. We'll just disappear wherever we can really, wherever we fit.
How do you think that's composed to house life? Could you go back to a house, or is this long term?
No, this is my permanent now, and then obviously when the kids have grown up and moved out, we'll go smaller.
Well, minibus.
yeah, can't really go much smaller than a coach. You'll get used to the space.
I think hindsight's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, I said if we do it again and we get another one, we'll document everything. Absolutely everything.
Are you editing videos as well as doing it up? And...
Just do that, please. It's been knocked off there 3 times. It wants to be in the sink. What you got? Very nice.
Oh, nice motorbike there. So this is a coach-built home on wheels. Any challenges? Because again, it's all glamorous and happy, but there's got to be some challenges.
Summer is a challenge living in this. I will always say that a winter is easier in the coach than it is a summer,
because you can control the temperature a bit more.
You can warm up easier than you can cool down, especially with all the glass in the windows. As you feel now, it's warm on here.
Yeah, it is.
So when we're parked up, it is warm. All the curtains are thermal blackout, which we keep shut normally during the day. So that helps with temperature control. And the only other thing is, obviously, if the bus breaks down, which we've had, we then don't have anywhere else to go. So you have to live in it while you're repairing it.
Yeah.
We spent eight days with the head off the engine.
8 days.
So that's, to access that as well, is under our bed. So every day we was having to take the bed off so we could carry on tinkering with the engine and then put it back again on a night time. So there is the challenges of if it breaks, it's a big expense to get back to what we call base, to get it fixed, get it repaired.
Yeah.
But other than that, not really. Because people think that the cost of repairing an engine on something like this is massive, but it's only the same as having to repair a roof on your house or the boiler in your house. It's the same cost.
It's interesting, the perspective change, because people living in cars sometimes, oh, where do I park up in a car? I'm like, where do you park up in a coach?
Yeah. Where it fits.
Yeah, if you can do it, anyone can do it.
We literally say park where it fits.
Yeah.
And now there is more and more places that are willing of motorhomes. A lot of places are closing, and like Sands End, for example, we go up there, but they've stopped overnight parking for motorhomes up there.
Right.
But we'll park at the Whitby Abbey and pay coach parking, because obviously we require a coach space. Skegness, they've got coach parking, so we do the same there, parking their coach park, because it looks like a coach from the outside. Nobody knows it's a motorhome from outside.
Stealth coach?
Yeah, stealth coach camping.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, and even with the cost of parking in coach parks, that's still nothing compared to house costs.
£13, I think, is the most we've paid for 24 hours parking.
Wow.
Which is nothing.
Yeah.
Because we don't have rent, don't have bills as such. The biggest bill is diesel.
Yeah. And I can imagine you go through some diesel in this.
When we go places, yeah, she's not great. I think the best we've had is 9 mile a gallon, which some vans are that, so it's not really that much in comparison.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. No, that's actually pretty good.
The road tax is cheaper. We've got solar, so we don't require anything.
Yeah. And you turn it into a transportation vehicle for the local council during the day, picking up passengers.
I mean, we could fit them on. We've had, I think,
Town centre.
15 adults on here at one point having a party. That was interesting, but it worked.
Yeah, I bet that's a lot of fun. That
it is, yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I think this is an inspiring lifestyle you've got.
Thank you.
All right.
Hiya.
You're the other half of this dynamic duo.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And I was interested because you brought in your career, your background as work into this lifestyle, because you used to be a driver, is that right?
Yeah, HGV.
Right. So how did that, was the transition so easy then, because you used to drive HGV?
Because I used to sleep in my lorry, which so basically had the driving area which you've got here, and then behind it was a bunk about 3 feet wide. So transition into this was a doddle, because it was literally just an extension of that bunk. So it's just like a built-in caravan. It was easy.
Bryony says she used to sleep in the caravan on the drive.
Yeah, when she used to fall out with her mum and dad. But her mum's not here anymore. But when she used to fall out, she used to stomp off and go hide in the caravan bushes in the driveway. So I actually asked her recently if she wanted to go back to her house, and she said no.
Yeah,
she said she'd rather stay in here.
Oh, amazing. So both of your backgrounds seem to lend themselves to this nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah, I honestly think if we'd have just had a normal everyday life and then decided to do this, I think we would have struggled. But because we were I was already there, and Bryony's preferred it in the caravan as to being at home, and she used to love going away and stuff, I think it was just a lot easier. Yeah.
Especially doing something so big, because that can be intimidating
that's
sometimes.
Just because I'm stupid.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say that on camera.
No, if I'd have had any sense whatsoever, I'd have had a van.
Yeah.
But no, the bus came up cheap. It was only £4 grand.
£4 grand?
Yeah, so I bought the bus. And
£4 grand for this?
And it's cheaper to run than most camper vans. It's cheaper road tax.
Wow.
What do you drive?
Well, I got a Berlingo, so I'm doing a very tiny
How
home.
much is your road tax on that?
No idea. A couple hundred.
£165 a year.
165 quid?
Yeah. For a 12-litre diesel with no AdBlue, no DPF and no CAT. And then if I go to places like Newcastle, I don't have to pay congestion charge rates. It's motorway.
And you pay like sometimes 13 quid per night for coach parking.
Yeah, exactly. We just park up for free.
Amazing. Great, well thank you very much for sharing.
You're very welcome, my friend.
Yeah.
Because we've got the dogs, and you've also got my mum and Yanni coming.